Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my second episode of histogram with unequal class width. Students, in this class we will be discussing basic level question number 8, that is about the construction of histogram. Let's read the question together. Question 8 says, copy and complete the following table. The information is given in form of the class intervals, that x lies between 0 and 20, then 20 and 30, then 30 and 40, 40 and 50, 50 and 70, and 70 and 100. Then the class width of the first class is 20, and then the next is 10, and the frequencies are given 4, 12, 14, 11, 8 and 6, and then frequency density is given, that frequency density equals to frequency upon class width. Recall my previous lessons in which we were discussing that how to construct the histogram, and what is the most important point for the construction of histogram. Recall, students, that I always ask you that for the construction of histogram you have to check the class width of all the classes. For 0 to 20, the class width is 20 given. From 20 to 30, the class width is 10. Okay, class width is 10. And then for the next class, the class width is already given. 40 to 50, the class width is 10. 50 to 70, 7 minus 5 is 2, this is 20. And 70 to 100, this is the class width 30 given. Now look, the class width of all the classes is not equal, not same. So recall the previous lesson in which we discussed that when the class width of all the classes is not same, we cannot plot, and we are not going to plot actual frequencies as it is. There are the two formulas available that says that either the height of rectangle that we discussed in the previous lesson, rectangle. Those who have missed the previous class, they have to watch the previous lesson carefully for better understanding of this lesson. So for all those people who are catching us late, or they are missing the classes, and especially my O-level students, those who have to appear in their O-level examination on 29 July inshallah on Thursday, they must have to watch these two lessons carefully. Formula for the height of rectangle was that frequency upon standard, okay. And then the new formula that we are going to learn, and that is mostly coming in your O-level examination, is frequency density equals to frequency upon class width Okay, now we have checked the class width of all the classes, and in the previous class we discussed this point as well, that when the class width of all the classes is not equal, not same, then there must be some smallest table which is common to all of the classes, and rest bigger classes will be the multiple of that smallest table. Like if we look at the numbers 10, 20 and 30, 10 is the smallest number, and rest 20 and 30 are the multiples of 10. So we can take 10 as one standard for the construction of x-axis. So when I mean 10 as the one standard, so all those classes which will have the class width 10, for those classes we will be taking 1 centimeter gap. Okay, but those classes which have the class width 20 will need 2 times is 20. So for all those classes which will have the class width 20, we will be keeping 2 standards, and for 30 we will be keeping 3 standards. And now we have to construct the new frequency column, that is frequency upon class width. So 12 will be divided by 10, 12 divided by 10, and that is 1.2, and then 14 divided by 10 is already given, then 11 divided by 10, and that is 1.1, and then 8 divided by 20, 8, frequency is 8 and class width is 20, 8 divided by 20 is 0.4, 8 upon 20 is 0.4, and then 6 divided by 30, 6 divided by frequency divided by class width 105, 0.2, but let me confirm this. 6 divided by 30 is 0.2. Okay, I hope you are clear that how we are deciding that are we going to plot actual frequencies, or we have to find the adjustment of the frequencies. And for the adjustment of the frequencies, there are two formulas available: height of rectangle and frequency density. Now let's move to the drawing of the graph, and first let's see whether the class limits are given or the boundaries are given. The data here is the continuous. The first class is ending at 20, the new class is beginning with 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 70. So these are the class boundaries given. And let's move to the construction of the histogram. Now for 0 to 20 we have two standards. Okay, so for 0 to 20 we have to take two blocks, and the frequency that I have to plot is 0.2. So my point will be coming at this place, 0.2, 0.2. I feel that we have discussed that how to adjust the frequencies axis scale as well, but let me once again discuss it with my students that here the largest frequency is 1.4 and the smallest is 0.2. so adjust your y-axis in such a way that 1 centimeter equals to 0.2, then 0.4, 0.6 and then 1.4. the first frequency has been marked. Then the next is having one standard. From 20 to 30 we have one standard, but the frequency is, or density is 1.2. so for 1.2 I have to move straight up, and this is the place for 1.2. okay, really easy work. Okay, please, those students who have to appear in their O-level paper this time, they must have to watch and understand the complete topic of statistics properly. 1.2, and then for 30 to 40 again the standard is 1 and this is 1.4, 1.4. so I have to reach in front of 1.4. okay, and then I have to complete the rectangle. okay, and then for the next class again the standard is 1 and this is 1.1. so 1.1, this is 1 and 1.1 will be coming right in between. Okay, let me mark the point and complete the rectangle quickly. 1.1, and then the next one here 0.4, but the width of the class is 20, so two standards, so 1 and 2, 70 and 0.4, 0.2, 0.4. my point will be coming at this place. okay, and then okay, that last one is having the standard and the gap of 3 units, 1, 2 and 3 units, and I have to plot 0.2, so 0.2. oh, we are successfully completing our histogram, but before going to make it with ball pen, we have to recheck. So the first class has a width 0 to 20 and the frequency is 0.2. the second is 20 to 30 and the frequency density here is 1.2, and then from 30 to 40, this is 1 unit gap and 1.4, and then 40 to 50, this is 1.1, and then 50 to 70 gap of 2 units, and then the frequency density here is 0.4, and then 70 to 100 the gap of 3 units and 0.2. okay, I hope the frequency density I have plotted correctly. Now it's time to make my graph perfect with black pen, so that my students can see this all working properly and they can understand the lesson easily and clearly. all of the efforts are for my students in this crucial period of COVID-19 in order to give the idea that nobody can stop learning and there can be no barrier between the teacher, student and the learning process can never stop. Okay. And secondly, this is one of the important concepts of your O-level examination. So please, all the students of O-level and those one who have to appear in their O-level examination, they must have to attempt the statistics and practice statistics concept completely before moving to their O-level exam. Now it's the time to write on the title. So histogram representing the frequency densities. Histogram representing frequency densities. I hope you are clear about the construction of histogram with unequal class width, with a height of rectangle and frequency density. Both the formulas are useful, but in your O-level examination, most of the time the question will be coming with frequency density. Either they will be asking you to construct the histogram with unequal class width, or they can give you some portion of the graph drawn in which the class width is not same and you have to complete the frequencies. So please watch and understand and try to learn the question in both ways. Moving to the next question, and the next question is question number 10, and question 10 says, as the question is long, so I've written the question in short form. Let me bring my book here under the camera so that my students can see question number 10 easily. Question 10 says that the table shows the average amount $X Singaporeans spend on the taxi fares in a week. The amounts are given to the nearest dollars, and the amounts are 19, 15, 28, 95, 56, 88, 74, 53, 67, 68, 79, 63, 25, 121, 36, 38, 60, 97, 77, 44, 99, 42, 65, 80, 108, 94, 28, 11, 100, 82, 45, 108, 24, 27, 40, 35, 11, 58, 52 and 38. Using the class intervals x sliced between 0 to 20, 20 to 40 and so on, construct the frequency table for the given data and draw the histogram to represent this data. In this situation, the question has not given us the frequency table already constructed. So recall my previous lesson in which we learned how to make the frequency table. We have to divide the given information into different classes, and we have to see that how many numbers are coming in each class, and those numbers can be marked with the help of tally, and then we have to convert those tallies to frequencies. And after that, before going to the histogram, you must have to check that whether the class width of all the classes is same or not. Okay, let's move to the solution of the question. So in order to spare some time, I have done some of the work already. As the question was saying that we have to find and make the table. So we can see that the first direction was that we have to choose the class intervals. Okay, now it's really important to decide that how to choose and how many maximum and minimum number of classes we have to decide. We have to decide the classes in such a way that it can capture the smallest value of the data and the largest value, minimum and maximum, both values of the data. And if we look at the question, we can see the smallest value coming here I can find is 11. So that's why the first class is having the value 0 to 20. And if you look at the largest, highest number of the data, we can see that we have the number, which number, 95. Then in this row 120 is coming, and then there must be some number beyond 120 as well. Okay, 120 and 120, 101. here 120 is not included, 120 is not included, 120 is included. So that's why we are taking the numbers from 120 to 140 in the last class. Now if you recall my previous lesson, you can see in my first question I told you and I explained the method in detail, that how to go through the table and find out that which class will have which number. So I have done some of the work already. We are left with only one class, okay, and we have to mark the tallies for that class only. So first of all, what we are going to do, that whatever tallies are given by the examiner, we have to add them up, and we have to see that what number comes. This is 5 plus 4 is 9, then 5 plus 3 is 8, 5 plus 3 is 8, 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 and 1. Okay, and now let me add them up, and then we'll be looking at the given information, that how many times 20 is coming. 8 at 16, 16 and 8 24, and 8 4s are 32, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 and 37. This frequency is 37. And how many shops are there? 1 2 3 4 4. And look, how am I deciding that? Look, either you can count that 1 2 3 and 4, and how many columns are with us? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So 4 times 10 is 40, so it means the total has to be 40. Now, okay, I hope the numbers which will be between 0 and 20, they will be 3. 0 and 20, they will be 3. So 1 is 19, okay, and then 15, and then okay, there has to be three numbers which are between, and 11. Okay, these are the three numbers which are for the class 0 to 20. So there will be the tally 3 here, tally will be 3, and the frequency will be 3. Okay, and we were already having the sum 37, and 37 is added to 3, this becomes 40. Now the frequency table is complete, and now the second task is that we have to construct or draw the histogram. And recall my previous lesson, that what is the procedure for the construction of histogram. Check the class width. 0 to 20, this is 20 units, this is 20 units, this is 20 units. 6 to 80, 20 units, this is 20 units, 20 units and 20 units. All classes have the class width same. It means that we are not going to struggle for the height of rectangle or frequency densities. Actual frequencies will be plotted. Now, second important point, whether the class limits are given or class boundaries. Data is continuous, okay, so these are the class boundaries. So what we can do is that we can take 1 centimeter gap for 20 number, okay, so 20 40 60 x-axis, and then see what is the largest frequency coming here, that is 9. So adjust your y-axis, frequency axis in such a way that maximum 9 numbers can come. So I've taken 1 centimeter gap for 1 unit. So let's go for the plotting of histogram. For 0 to 20, the frequency is 3. So I will be marking the point here, and let me complete the rectangle at this place. 0 to 3. Okay, and then the second is 9. 20 to 40, this is 9, so I have to mark the point at this place. This is okay, 20 to 40, the rectangle is complete. Then 40 to 60, this is 8. 40 to 60, this is 8. 40 40 to 68, 60 to 80, again 8. Okay, so again 8, and then 80 to 100, this is 7. 80 to 100, it's 7, so I have to mark the point in front of 7. Okay, very easy questions and interesting questions. Okay, and everybody can secure 4 to 5 marks here. 7, and the 100 to 120 is 4. 100 to 120 is 4. This will be coming over here, 4. Okay, and then the last is 1. The last 120 to 140 is 1, so I will be marking my rectangle at this place and I'll be closing. Okay, before going to the perfection, I have to recheck. 0 to 20, this is 3, and then 20 to 40, this is 9. 40 to 60, this is 8, and then 60 to 80, this is 8. Then 80 to 100, it's 7. Then 100 to 120, it's 4, and this is 120 to 140, it is again 1. Okay, I hope there were 2 requirements of the question, and the question says draw the histogram. Okay, histogram is done. Histogram is done. Second part was histogram. Okay, and now first let me go for the perfection of the lines so that my students can see this more clearly. Okay, and in your O-level examination you must have to draw your graph with black pen or the pointer, whatever you are using in the exam, because when the paper will be going in the scanner, the pencil work will not be evaluated. Okay, that will not be marked or checked, so you have to please be careful about these all things in order to secure good grades in your O-level examination. And I hope when these lessons will be coming and my students will be appearing in those days in their O-level examination, so I'm wishing best of luck to all of my students and all the students who are appearing in their O-level examination. Okay, and then what is left, the question is about the histogram. The table below shows the average amount in dollar Singaporeans spend on the taxi fares. Histogram representing amount in dollars spent by Singaporeans on taxi fares. I hope you are clear about today's class. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.